Okay, hello.
Hello, hello,
I think
nice.
you can now maybe hear me, so I hope I'm on the right spot at the right time.
Yes, we can hear you very well, and we would like to hear about how we can start to do massive digitalization in food sector, in agriculture. Please, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm going to just share my screen and put it on the presentation mode. So I hope that you are all seeing my presentation. Please let me know some way if you don't, so I will be able to maybe do something about it. Now, first of all, really many thanks for this really kind invitation. I'm really, again, honored and so glad to be with you. I have this really warm spot in my heart for our Lithuanian friends there. So I once again, really many thanks for inviting me. Of course, you probably know already a lot about EIT food, but I would still like to maybe step through a couple of things that are really important. I mean, Eduardo made also extremely fine presentation just before me and highlighting the, not only the challenges, but also the opportunities that Europe and European Commission is also like providing for us as in European countries and citizens. And nevertheless, of course, we are part of a global world, and this slide is basically presenting you the huge challenges that we have, unfortunately in some cases, but in some cases, unfortunately, those challenges seem to be remaining the same. So when it comes to things that are related to food waste or not having food enough for people, or basically also seeing that, how our planet is basically responding to all these challenges that we have related to food production. At the same time, it could be something that is almost like paralyzing information for us, but at the same time, it is really providing us really great opportunities. And within EIT food, I mean, we obviously do see this one as something of a positive, and we really hope that we are all able to, let's say, put together this question of the sustainability, safe and healthy food with trust and fairness from farm to fork. And I think that trust and fairness are not minor words in this vision either. So I think these are really important points, but probably we all agree that we need to look at these things that are really going to also help us to solve all these challenges. Now, within just this is a little bit new based on the what we probably have discussed several times, is that within EIT food we have kind of looked at our portfolios, and also that what are the challenges that we came together with this discussion with our partners, because of course we never actually do these things without our partners. We are dividing our portfolio in a way on 6 different focus areas. So one of them is alternative proteins, then sustainable agriculture, targeted nutrition, sustainable aquaculture, digital traceability, and then finally circular food systems. And as you can probably already see, it's a huge connection basically to agriculture in all of these areas. And we kind of see also that consumer centricity is kind of like in the very heart of course, everything what we do, as well as this digital transformation of the food system. So I think that you agree with me when we talk about, for example, mass adoption of the digitalization, is that if we don't focus on the consumer needs and consumer centricity is not in the very heart of the thinking of our minds, we will not actually be able to achieve it. And also, of course, the whole ecosystem when it comes to the agri-food area is everyone is actually an important element in here. So I'm going to go a little bit further. It just doesn't seem to be willing to, let's say, go. Let's see if I can, let's see, sorry, I will have to probably use the other one. Okay, is it changing the slide? I hope it is. So when we talk about like building a policy dialogue, and you know, we within EIT Food, I mean, we of course have a really important let's say dialogue that indeed we have also with the policymakers, with the consumers, and then also with the industry, with the academia, and also with the research centers. And kind of in this frame of mind, we were looking at last year, and we did a study, you know, just after the first wave of COVID, and we wanted to see that, okay, what is going to be the impact of this COVID-19 on the agri-food sector. And so we, for example, also provided a special report from Lithuania. So you can also obviously download, you can see in my slide at the low, there's a foresight on impact of COVID-19, and you can actually download from EIT Food website this specific Lithuanian report. And why I'm actually, let's see, I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. So you know, very quickly, because I really want to link this one to this question of the, you know, digitalization, and how these kind of like crises also demonstrate us that it's good moment as any, you know, to kind of accelerate and go forward. And I would really invite really all of you to think about it from the point of view of rather opportunities than actually any kind of like a pure crisis. And we could also see that, for example, when it came to Lithuania, I mean, you did really well in terms of, you know, the production of foodstuff actually dropped only 3% in Lithuania. And I wonder that if these, let's say, results and are also related to the fact that you actually managed to look at your ecosystem as a whole, and that also you have replies already for the future, let's say, requirements that are also can be solved by the digitalization. And of course, we don't have a proof of that one yet, but this is how it looks to us when we were looking at the results. And then when we look a little bit of retail sale of food, basically the sale in Lithuanian sale in Lithuania during the lockdown dropped below CE levels, okay, but the solutions for improving sales process through digital innovation are required. And this is then again where I would really invite you to look for the solutions and they basically accelerate them, because it really is an opportunity for industry and also for agriculture sector. So I'm not going to go through these opportunities in detail, but as you will be receiving these slides, you will be able to actually go to this slide and have more and learn more insights on the agriculture, food processing, retail, restaurants, and consumers. And I hope that it will at least provide you some inspiration there. Very, very quickly, of course, these areas are certainly, let's say, these opportunities are related to e-commerce, connecting farmers with the consumers. They can be also connected to online tracking of transportation within the region. Artificial intelligence in warehouse, allowing for better planning of stock and supplies, and then consumers more willing to buy food online. So as you can see, all of these elements basically provide opportunities for this mass, let's say, digitalization that I think Augustus was also mentioning and kind of asking me to touch base. It is, of course, each and every country and each and every region, you have, of course, your challenges, but you also have, let's say, the knowledge and the opportunities, not only to look for the let's say, solutions within your own region, but actually a benefit of the whole Europe to kind of look for where the technology transfer can be, for example, done, where the knowledge can be transferred, and also to then therefore make sure that what you have at hand is going to be one of those best solutions available. So few examples here, because as you know, EIT Food is of course also a network where we have a lot of programs where we support the whole agri-food sector. So when it comes, for example, to agriculture, in recent years, we have been running a program that is called Test Farms. And with this one, we kind of try to put together the agriculture and farmers, and then also new startups that have maybe really new solutions to propose, and kind of give the opportunity to have really field testing and in real life testing, because of course in many cases the insights that for example farmers can provide for startups and for those who are developing solutions are absolutely gold. And I had a discussion with one of my colleagues, and I kind of asked him that, okay, what kind of things you see as most important when we think about like solutions that we are proposing or anyone is proposing, for example, to the farmers. And it sounds very simple, but I'm not sure if it is that simple though. He said that, well, actually you just have to understand what the needs are. And then you have to be able to propose the solutions that actually add value. And I think this adding value is one of the most important things. The other thing that I would like to add there, and this is kind of something that we all need to be ready in this kind of a transformation that we are living, is to anticipate, because this anticipation is so important. It's important for all of us in order to be able to create a fair system when it comes to agriculture for farmers, but also for the consumers and basically for the whole ecosystem. So I would really invite all of us to think about that, okay, how we can actually anticipate and how we can demonstrate those future solutions in a way that is actually then adding value for everyone. And so I think one of almost my final slide is going to be this one. It is that, I think Eduardo also mentioned it, that, well, let's create the future of food together. And I'm sure that we all agree that when it comes to, this transition, none of us can do it alone. I would maybe like to highlight here as maybe one more thing that I didn't put on my presentation, but that I see as a highly important area when we are talking about digitalization of agri-food sector. It's the education part. And I don't think that we can reach to any kind of a mass adoption or even like accelerate to the let's say speed that we need to do today, unless we also address these things from the education side. And here I'm really talking about like, first of all, when young children are at the school, to demonstrate them that actually agri-food sector is fantastic area. It's not like, old-fashioned. It can provide actually really new opportunities when it comes to technologies, when we talk about digitalization, but when also we try to see that, okay, who are those stakeholders that actually will have the biggest contribution in the coming, let's say, 2 to 3 years. And I think that as well is something that, we need to address, those master students, those PhD students, those, let's say, in the farmers, let's say, schools, whether it is higher education, whether it is professional education, and make sure that this anticipation is also reaching them. And I think that this way, the mass adoption and will also happen, and it is going to happen in the way that we are actually going to have everyone on board. So this is what I wanted to say, and of course, like really once again, let's create the future of food together. Thank you.
Thank you, Marja, for your presentation. Yes, only together we can create a future. And after listening your presentation and your passion and your enthusiasm, I think a lot of young children, students, PhD and business people will follow your ideas and the vision. And yes, it is not old-fashioned business, this agri-food. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.